Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Snapshot video. It is Wednesday, and we have the 22w44a Snapshot update. Now, before we get into all the details, I'd like to ask if you'd please subscribe to the channel and leave a like and comment on this video of what your favorite feature coming to this next update will be. Now, with that out of the way, let's get into the meat and potatoes of this snapshot. So, coming in first, it appears that before the mosaic wood was not able to be used as fuel in a furnace, but now it is. So, we're going to cook up some raw beef here on our smoker. Good. That'll keep us going for the rest of the episode. Now, we have done some work on what will be our future house in this area. I think we're definitely gonna stay in this little valley. We have our tent, of course, but we need a house, so we got it worked on here. And I want to touch upon something really fast, because I've been trying to see what blocks go well with these new bamboo and everything, and I think they're great additions to, like, scaffolding builds. So as you can see here, little tiki torches around, the 2 variant and the 1, as well as holding up all of these scaffolding blocks, and I think it really does work, just to add a little extra detail to your scaffolding project. Now, with that out of the way, we need to jump into some of the changes. There's a lot of creative inventory tweaks and things like that, but the first thing we will get into is all of these blocks are now accessible through the creative inventory as long as you are a operator. So if you are OP, if you're given that on a server, or if you're in a single player world, you will have access to all these blocks. Command blocks, barrier, light, debug sticks, jigsaw, structure void, minecart with command block in it. All of these things you now have access to in the creative menu, which is a big win for a lot of people, because before you had to type in a command to give you these items, and it was a whole big process. So this is going to give a lot more easy access to the rest of the Minecraft community. Now, the next big change in this snapshot is with the monster spawner and spawn eggs. And I think you just saw it there. This is a wither spawn egg and an ender dragon spawn egg. Things that we have not had in the game ever. These are brand new. So I'll touch upon the weak stuff first, the little not important. But the ghast and the polar bear spawn egg have been changed colors slightly to differentiate them in the menus. But we have a couple new spawn eggs that are found in the creative inventory, which are the iron golem and the snow golem. So first thing with spawners is, before they used to have a little pig that would spin around in them and have the fire around them as the default. Now this is no longer the case. Spawners will be a block just like this with nothing in them, the little cage, and then you can add, let's say, for instance, the snow golem to that, and then it will start producing snow golem. So we'll probably have a lot of snow to clean up after this. And then the fire particles and all the effects will come back in. With the same with the iron golem, it is just a spawn egg to spawn them in. Now, I will not be spawning the ender dragon and wither spawn egg, and they do not appear in the creative inventory. You do have to use a command to give yourself these. Hold on, let's take care of this. While we are in creative mode, I will also mention that spawners can now be used with the pick block key. So you can actually pick them up wherever throughout the world. But as I was saying, the ender dragon and wither spawn eggs, so people don't accidentally destroy their worlds, because the ender dragon does break through all of these blocks. They have been only added with the command to give themselves, the /give command. So there's also an update to the sounds in this update. It appears that these blocks here just weren't making sounds in the last one, so sounds have been added through walking through and walking on top of carpet, lily pads, amethyst buds, glow lichen, and all the crimson and nylium plants. So let's just take a moment to listen to this, just walking through it. Really? Right when I'm doing a listening part? God. And those are all the, some new, some updated sounds for these blocks. Now, on to Redstone with Babbage the dog. I'm not sure if that jingle is the same as the last time, but Babbage, what is on the agenda today? Oh, the chiseled bookshelves, yes, I'm getting to it, can now be used with hoppers. So, as you can see here, if we, well, let's break that. If we put a book in the top, it will push the book into the chiseled bookshelf. And then the same with the hopper, it will pull it out back into the block. So now you can push and pull through chiseled bookshelves. Thank you, Babbage, for the lovely redstone tutorial. You're my favorite. Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? And now the final thing are just creative inventory tweaks. As you can see here, here are all those blocks that I showed earlier in the creative menu with the minecart as well. Functional blocks now have tinted glass and the bee's nest in them. The redstone blocks tab now has the barrel, cauldron, furnace, and composter. The chain and amethyst block have been added to the building blocks tab. And the final thing updated that we will jump into Minecraft.net to look at is Gamerules. So there's some new game rules added to the game. And here, of course, is the Minecraft.net article about the snapshot. Remember that when these snapshots come out, you can find all the details over at Minecraft.net in their news section. So looking at the new game rules, we have block explosion drop decay and mob explosion drop decay, and then TNT explosion drop decay. Basically, what this is when TNT, a creeper, or anything explodes within the game, it usually varies if it drops all the blocks that were broken or not. This now allows you to then have it drop all the loot or all the blocks from that area. So TNT right now in the game drops all blocks that it blows up, but you can set that to false, and then it wouldn't. Or you can set it to true to creepers, and then all creepers would explode and drop all the blocks that they break while exploding. The second game rule is snow acclimation height. Now, what this does is when it snows, of course, snow layers can go all the way up to a block, a full block, and it's in sections of 8. So if you set it to default is 1, if you set it to 0, no snow will form on the ground when it snows, or if you set it to 8, it will have the chance to go all the way up to level full block, and I actually really like that idea. The next is water source conversion and lava source conversion. This is a big one, so it allows new sources to be made from both lava and water. And of course, water in Minecraft already makes a new source block every time it fills an area, but lava does not, so now we can have infinite lava in your game if you really want to. And the final is global sound events. This controls whether, the wither is spawned in. Everyone will hear that, as well as when the ender dragon is killed, everyone will hear that noise. You can set it to true or to false. And finally, we'll go over some of the bug fixes, the more important ones, before getting to the end of the video. It looks like lily pads were using the incorrect sound, but that has been fixed. It also was lily pads were not producing any sounds while walking on them. And you can see that was fixed up in the top changelog as well. Camels before were not pathfinding over fences or 1.5 high blocks. That has been fixed. It looks like the bamboo mosaic slabs weren't flammable, so that would have been a fun little bug to keep in. And the rest seem to be fixes to the new creative inventory. Well, that's gonna do it for today's snapshot video. Thank you all so much for watching. Next week, we're gonna try to build more of the house, get this all set up, get little test areas all established in the valley. Let me know down in the comments what your thoughts are on this, as I aptly name it, really, again, had named it the Lackluster update because there's not much coming in, and they haven't even put many new features in the game yet. Other than the camels and the signs, no new features other than what's been announced at Minecon Live have been really put into the game. So I guess we have to wait and see, but if this is all there is, I'm going to be very disappointed. But let me know what your thoughts are down in the comments. And with that being said, thank you all so much for watching, and catch us next Wednesday, same time, same place, for the next Snapshot video. Thank you all for watching, and peace out, gamers.